Hi everyone, Bandanner here. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to WARNO League Season 0.5 from SDL. We are back with Stahl and Sleepy Joe for their best of 5 set in the semi-finals. We are on to Game 4 now. In Game 1, Sleepy Joe took the win after Stahl had to disconnect, even though Stahl was doing pretty well in that game. In Game 2 though, Stahl managed to bring it back with some sneaky CV play. In Game 3, Sleepy Joe woke up. No denying that, go back and watch it. He definitely woke up in Game 3. Completely turned the tables on Stahl after it looked like Stahl was going to get an early win. It suddenly all went horribly wrong. Now leading a 2-1 is Sleepy Joe as we head into the 4th game. If Sleepy Joe wins today, that's it. It's over. Sleepy Joe goes on. If not, Stahl wins today and then there is a final run-off match for that best of 5. Let's have a look at what's happening today. Stahl is over on the right in blue playing as the 82nd Airborne, and over on the left in red we have Sleepy Joe playing as the 79th. So, 2 very different divisions, one based around infantry forward deployment and a few tanks, and on the other side we've got something that's much slower paced, much more heavily armoured. So this needs to be an early win for Stahl in my mind, because long term Sleepy Joe has that tank power, and once that tank wall starts rolling, you don't want to get into path. Let's have a look at what Sleepy Joe has down. Spetsnaz group up front and center, heading into this building here, not too far forward. Over at this side, 3 Spetsnaz group. Ooh. Getting up pretty far forward as well, heading into these buildings here. Not trying to contest Lima, though. Obviously, you know, you got to be careful against an airborne division. 82nd Airborne has a lot of forward deployment forces. Stahl's going to be there before he is. So there's no point in trying to take Stahl's points. He just needs to hold for the moment. Back here we have Nigla, or 2, heading up to the middle pretty much. 1 at each side. Over at this side, we've got an Igla, we've got a Metis and a BTR-80, we've got a BMP-2 with a Modostrelki Commander. Heading over this way, I assume the Commander will hop out in X-Ray first. And then back here, we have a T-80 BVK, a Strela, an Mi-24AA, couple of BTRs with Metis Modostrelki in. And the command tank will head into Alpha and then up to Zulu, and everything else going straight into Zulu there. Okay. Very defensive start, I think. Obviously, that anti-air chopper to deal with any helicopters from this side. Let's have a look at exactly what Stahl has down. Command Humvee heading into Papa and then Oscar. Over here we have Stingers ×2. We've got an AB Fire Team Dragon ×2, and we've got just a squad of airborne. All heading into Oscar, going in there in a very defensive manner, wants to lock that down. Another squad of airborne heading up to these buildings here just to cut off that road. We've got another command back here, which will be going into Lima, not going anywhere else at the moment. Then we have a huge chunk of stuff here. And I think this is going to go straight to Zulu. Let's see. Yeah, straight into Zulu. This is what I figured Stahl might do. He needs an early win here. 79th is going to be scary long term if it has time to build up. So he needs to be really aggressive off the bat. Couple of Stingers in there. We've got Airborne Engineers ×2. We've got a Fire Team Dragon. We've got Airborne ×3. All plowing. This is a big force. This is a lot of infantry. Some heavy hitting infantry as well. And then at the back we've got a couple of helicopters as well, with those Stingers. So these are anti-air choppers. They will quickly deal with the Mi-24. Mi-24 may get one of those, but I think they're certainly going to win out overall. Let's get this show on the road. So early combat obviously is going to be down in Zulu. I don't think there's any debate there. It's going to be between these helicopters. Obviously that Mi-24 could easily stall all of this infantry coming in on the right hand side from Stahl. However, those other choppers will make short work of them, plus the Stingers there as well, to be fair. Sometimes those choppers are just about forcing your opponent to deploy early, because airborne obviously is a big advantage if it gets into an area. So if you can just stall it, then it's done its job. So there you go. Immediately getting some shots off there. Not getting any kills, though. That Mi-24 went a little bit too deep. Spetsnaz GRU get mangled pretty quickly as well. Second squad is going to get mangled equally fast. But one of those AH-1Fs went down. And the other one was badly damaged. So, to be fair, I don't think Sleepy Joe came out too badly in the helicopter game. But unfortunately, there's just far too many units here. And this is the thing. It's a massive early game advantage to Stahl. HE bomber coming in. This might be a nice strike. Unfortunately, the infantry are kind of just scrambling everywhere. And the bomber goes down as well. Few units killed, and the other chopper goes down. Sleepy Joe desperately needs infantry down here. He needs to clear this town. +3, and now +4. It's a lot of control here. Oh, the T-80 BVK didn't capture that back point. It wasn't in there long enough. That's why it's +4. I was really confused that it was such a high number, but that's why he hasn't got this back point. That's worth 2 points there. That's not ideal. He really needs to get that capped. He also needs to build up a force to retake down here. Stahl will obviously be bringing in more units himself as well. Where is that T-80 PVK going? Please don't tell me it's going to roll in there on its own. It has stopped now. Taking fire from the airborne. Needs to get the hell out of there. That would be a very easy kill for a couple of squads of airborne if it went into the town itself. Sleepy Joe trying to be a bit more aggressive at the top of the map there. I do see him moving some units in to try and contest this point as well. Motostrelki Commander very far behind though. T-80 BVK with an F-16 AT coming in. It's routed, it can't smoke, and it's dead. That was not good. Command tank out of position on its own. An easy kill for Stahl, one way or the other. HE bomber coming in again. Hopefully he gets some kills. Oh, but it goes straight down to those stingers. This is some expensive jet losses at the moment. Already not a great start for Sleepy Joe in this one. Stahl with good control. He's going for the back point as well. Humvee coming around the back, heading to this one that hasn't been capped. There's no command down here. There's no command being called in. 4 minutes gone in this game, and it's already looking really bad. Motostrelki Commander called in for Sleepy Joe, but his units that were attacking up here have been cleaned up in the meantime. BMPs and Motostrelki coming in this way. That's a force to be reckoned with. He just needs to be careful with the BMP2s, keep them at range. They can dish out a lot of supporting fire. Need to be careful with the Apache there as well, though. Obviously, there isn't any other AA here. There's an Igler over there, and there's a Strela here. But that Apache can stay well out of the range of the Strela at the moment and do some serious damage to those infantry moving in. BMP2 goes down to the Dragon. But the Dragons go down as well. A command has deposited in the back of this point, and some airborne are in there as well to protect it. The command is being moved out, perhaps to a safe location. SU-25 rocket coming in, I assume, for the Apache. Yes, indeed. Gets the kill. Nice gun run. Sleepy Joe regaining a bit of control here. Taking out some important units. Needs to really focus on regaining control of this part of the map and just defending the other side at the moment. Does appear to be focusing on that. There's that Motostrelki Commander coming in this side. Will only contest this point, though. Currently at +6, 4 minutes to the victory for Stahl. He needs to be careful with this Motorstrelky Commander, because it's obviously going to be visible. And Stahl will not hesitate to bring something in to kill it. There's already a jet in. It's an F-15 Eagle. Lots of reinforcements continuing to come in for Stahl here. Looking a little bit better for Sleepy Joe, but I'm concerned about how close those BMP-2s are getting. Yeah, they're being taken out by the airborne. Airborne obviously very well equipped with the AT-4 launcher. 17 pen. BMP-2s are great, but obviously they're better as fire support. Back here, BMP-2 was pushed up to find the command, but did meet the airborne and was destroyed. Motorstrike Commander moved safely into a little tree line there. But can it still be seen? Oh, I don't think it could be seen. I think that was just a bit of a gun run on the ground. Airborne being sent out now, though, to engage it. More BMP-2s moving into this point for Sleepy Joe, along with a bunch of Motorstrike and BTR-80s. TOW-2 in position is taken out by the BMP-2. Eagle being fired at by everything. MiG-31M does take a nasty hit from the Stingers on the ground, though. Airborne still heading for those Motorstrelky Commander unit. BMP-2's arriving. They're getting very close to these infantry when they're deploying. Obviously, they can dish out a lot of damage, but yeah, another BMP-2 lost to those launchers. Heavy Hog moving across now. Strela in range, though. He's moving that up as well. Just needs a couple of good hits. BMP-2's also able to fire at it. Motorstrike Commander pulled out at the back again, unfortunately. Still +6. Stahl looking pretty good here for that early win I was talking about right at the start. But you'll notice as time is passing, Sleepy Joe is regaining ground. He has the power, he has the forces to be able to do that. He just needs to keep this up, but he needs points. He cannot allow Stahl to get to 2,000 points. He has to control the ground. Apache here, absolutely mangling stuff at the moment, but the BMP-2 doing some serious damage to it. More reinforcements arriving down here for Stahl as well now, though. Those airborne going to cause more issues. Look at how badly damaged all of these infantry are. That single Apache has just annihilated the majority of these infantry. And now the A-10 rocket's coming in to assist. A-10 rocket, very strong jet when used correctly. MI-24P at the top of the screen there manages to take out the airborne, so that command can move back in potentially. Jet also comes in and takes out the A-10. Unfortunately for Sleepy Joe, the damage done to those infantry by the Apache means that he's kind of lost a lot of his pushing force in this point, even though it looked like he was going to take it. At the back here, we do see the Mi-24P manages to kill the command that was back there. This point switches hand. We're now down to a +2, which is probably where it should have been if that command tank had managed to cap correctly. The Apache has gone down as well. The Strela got a nice kill on that. Command tank being called into that point, but there's a load of airborne in there. I hope there's some infantry heading that way as well. No AA down there at the moment, though. It's all airborne infantry and airborne engineers. So that Mi-24 could actually do some serious damage here at the moment. Stahl has got... Oh, but he surrendered. It was shortly going to be a win on points for Stahl anyway. Not too different in kills to losses there, though, either. It was just about those points. I think if Sleepy Joe had capped that back point at the start, and it had only been +2 for a very long time for Stahl, I think Sleepy Joe might have been able to pull that back. But I think he became a bit frantic by the end, perhaps. But that was really well played. Stahl did what he had to do. He was quick, and he needed a quick win with that division against the 79th. Let's have a look at those kills and losses. Yeah, the Airborne was doing a good job. That Apache rocket just made such a mess. But you can see here, obviously, lots of red losses in the grand scheme of things. But there was this point where it kind of turned around and there was quite a few blue losses and then sort of balanced itself out a bit. But yeah, unlucky there, Sleepy Joe. So, 2 games all. We go to our 5th and final game, the decider. Please stay tuned. It'll be coming up later in the week.